It's a me. It's a Mario.
And it's macabre. That was the voice of Chris Pratt, and we are here. Welcome to Monday Morning Macabre. We got some big news to talk about. Big fans.
Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Honestly, love it. If you don't like it, you're wrong.
I think when I saw any of those, a lot of it's not bad. Like, I could see Charlie Day as Luigi.
I was going to say, my favorite part of the gang is Luigi.
And then I could see Jack Black doing a crazy Bowser voice.
Yeah, I could see it too.
And then, like, Peach doesn't have, like, a distinct catchphase, so Anya Taylor-Joy is a great actress, so why not? Like,
I think Chris Pratt definitely, to me, is the most egregious, just because I'm like...
he's like he's like a sexy male action lead.
Yeah, and Mario's an Italian plumber.
Mario's only ever said, huh?
Yeah, he's like,
like, oh wait, no, I just did Mickey Mouse. Wahoo!
Yeah, wahoo! Like that. But, so everyone's so upset because the wrong guy's going, wahoo! Like,
yeah. It's one of those things where, like, it's so old and has such a fan base that spans ages that people have to get upset no matter who they cast.
Dude, I don't know if you saw the new Star Fox voice actors were announced, and you got Hulk Hogan as Flippy or whatever. That's the frog's name. Slippy.
Hulk Hogan is Slippy Toe. Incredible.
Falco's obviously played by
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy. That's the guy's name I was trying to think of.
She's great. She can do it all.
Yeah. Star Fox is the ghost.
Did you see that chess movie
Wilder.
That was actually a drug addiction movie?
It's not a movie, it's a show, dude.
I don't know, I didn't see it.
It's really good. Watch the
I liked her in The Witch, though.
Oh, that was her in The Witch, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's crazy. Anyway, watch The Queen's Gambit, it's good. Get your tickets for Mario. Calling it now, 88% on Rotten Tomatoes. Guaranteed.
Let's make our official bets here. I'm going, you said 88?
I'm going to go, okay, I'll go. Do we want realistic bets or fun haha bets?
No, realistic bets,
right.
the audience critic score combined into the tomato score.
Okay, 46%.
Ooh, I have it at hovering around 73.
Wow.
I think it's going to be better than you think. It's either going to be like Dougal, where they have all of the best. Shout out Jimmy. It's going to be like Dougal, where they have all the best actors, and then it's just a absolute mess. Or it's going to be like the Lego Movie, where you're like, this doesn't make sense, and then you're like, wait, this movie's really good.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think
so. I'm hitting right in the middle, baby.
Yeah, you're landing.
Apparently, you aimed low, so I guess as long as it's over 73, I win. But
okay, I guess that's true. Yeah.
I
mean, if it gets a 90%, then the cinema industry is gonna just collapse.
What did the Lego
itself.
Movie get?
But I think this is more egregious than the Lego Movie.
You think so? Sonic also was much better than people thought it was. Granted, like the whole
although admittedly, yeah, but it's got Benny Schwa, so
that's true. You can't go wrong with Benny Schwa.
The one thing that I think is keeping Mario from becoming a great success is the original Mario movie being so fucking bad. So
yeah, but it's like cult classic-y now because it's so bad.
But that's anyway.
I bet it's gonna have a resurgence because of how bad it is and because of this.
Hey
also,
guys,
Lego Movie 96%. Holy fuck!
Yeah, it got really good reviews. Hey everybody, welcome to Monday Morning Macabre, the show where we talk about spooky, creepy stuff like Chris Pratt's voice, and it's Scones and Darcy, as you probably know. You guys listen. You guys know what we're talking about. You guys know what the words we're saying.
Dude, the worst part is he probably didn't even have to audition. That's what really grinds my gears.
We're never getting past this, guys. Sorry, this episode is now completely Mario-based. Yeah, they were like, we need a Mario
movie-based.
Also, if Mario was like, I feel, and we're going to get into some, maybe this will be too problematic to actually leave on the pod, but I'm interested to hear your thoughts. If Mario was any other like ethnicity, people would lose their minds.
What do you mean, besides Italian?
If he was, because he's Italian, it's like, oh, hee ha ha, that's funny, a spicy meatball. But if it was like, if Mario was like, I don't know, Chinese, and then Chris Pratt was the voice.
Technically, he's Japanese, isn't he?
Well, okay, you know what I mean, though.
He was born in Japan.
And if Chris Pratt was doing the voice
who's
of
a famous Italian actor right now?
Like
that's hot right now. I know, obviously, there's like endless amounts of like older.
Well,
Italian
I feel
actors,
like there's a million. I mean, I'm sure. For all I know, Chris Pratt could be Italian. I don't fucking know. I don't think he is. Yeah, De Niro as Mario would be
Al Pacino. Bowser, you fuck!
That would be really good. All right. Anyway. Hoo-ah.
Instead of the
jumps. All right. So
wait, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, it would be amazing. I hope that's not. Is that weird? I don't know. Hey guys, let's move into the subject of today's scones. I'm gonna be bringing scones.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna be bringing scones. You
got piratey there.
I did. I know that I had to bail immediately.
Dude, it's your typecast as a sea captain. You
I'm Al Pacino's ghost. Oh man.
That's spooky, kind of.
Yeah.
It's the content they come
So
for.
anyway, today I'm going to be bringing scones, a listener suggestion. Shout out to Sarah_06. You made it. And I hope 06 is not your birthday because it makes me feel old.
Dang, she just missed beating out Sarah_01 through 5.
Yeah, she was like, ah. Also, she went with the
She was
zero.
like,
Now I feel I gotta keep that in because I love the Al Pacino references and it would not make sense.
I've peaked my mic so much doing the fucking
The Who-Ahs? Yeah, I'm sure.
Yes.
People are gonna be like, we lost a lot of data on that one. So Sarah06, thank you so much for sending in actually 2 suggestions, but I chose just one of them. Because scones, today we're going to be talking about the enduring mystery behind the murder of Sophie Toscan du Plantier.
Ooh. I have absolutely no idea what this is, so I'm excited.
Band. Hoo-ah.
Band. Hoo-ah.
Hey, thanks, band, so much. It's so weird. We don't have the music. So, scones. Sophie Toscan du Plantier. 2 days before, and this is a
Sounds French.
biography.com article. So,
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. We're getting a little...
It's not all that's interesting.
Not so interesting. But shout out to Sarah Kettler for this article she wrote, and I will recite to the listener.
Recite me.
Recite me, witness me. Ooh-ah. 2 days before Christmas in 1996, the battered body of 39-year-old French filmmaker Sophie Toscan du Plantier was discovered outside her isolated vacation home in Ireland. As du Plantier's husband, parents, and son mourned her, an Englishman who lived in the area, Ian Bailey, became the prime suspect in her murder. However, Bailey always officially denied any involvement in the death, and no forensic evidence has tied him to the crime. So, let's get into the deets.
She's a filmmaker.
So she had written the first spec script for Mario. And
and she wanted to cast an Italian person.
Yeah, understandably. So du Plantier's death was the first murder in the town in decades. Du Plantier considered her Irish farmhouse a refuge from her busy life in France alongside her famous film producer husband, Daniel Toscan du Plantier. But the quiet setting turned deadly. At approximately 10 in the morning on December 23, 1996, a neighbor spotted du Plantier's body lying on a path near her house in Toormore, West Cork. It was clear she had been brutally attacked. A murder hadn't occurred locally for decades, meaning the police had no experience with this type of investigation. Something that we see every single goddamn time. I don't think any police force in any town has experience with it, because almost every time something goes wrong because the experience of the police is just not up to snuff.
Those damn safe towns.
Damn safe towns.
I mean, that is the plot of how many
I know, right?
Shows.
Right. And it's always like the detective who actually knows this stuff comes in. He's like, "What do you mean you touched the body?"
Yeah. What's his name from Twin Peaks?
Yeah. Marcus Twins.
Cherry Pie. Johnny Peaks.
Yeah. Stacy Peaks, Johnny Pine Trees, and Twinny the goat. So police had no experience, and du Plantier's body, dressed in a t-shirt and leggings, was left outside until the pathologist arrived the next day, which is crazy to me.
Came into town.
They were like, all right, don't touch the body.
What year is this?
This is 97. Or 96.
Also, shout out, my family's from Cork.
Hey, pop bottles.
Hey, pop goes to
sheesh.
pop. Sheesh.
Yeah, so the police leave the body there for an entire day, which is strange to me. Given the time that had elapsed before his arrival, it was impossible to pinpoint a time of death. Other forensic evidence may have been lost due to this delay.
That seems like a super important piece of evidence.
It turns out forensic evidence is a big part of evidence.
No. I mean the time of death, because how do you match alibis and shit?
Right. The autopsy revealed that du Plantier had 50 injuries. Her face had been battered with a concrete block and a rock, her fingers were broken, presumably from trying to defend herself, and she had apparently run through briars and encountered barbed wire, possibly in a bid to escape, which is super unfortunate that there was
grisly.
Just barbed wire around. So there was no signs of sexual assault, and only one blood sample from the crime scene revealed DNA that didn't belong to du Plantier. Now, in the beginning, there was no clear suspect. The police tried to track du Plantier's movements from the time she'd flown into Cork Airport on her own on December 20th. The police spoke to numerous witnesses and received anonymous tips on the phone. The case also drew media attention. One reporter who covered du Plantier's murder for several publications was Ian Bailey, a British national who'd worked as a journalist in England before relocating to Cork in 1991, where he focused on poetry and gardening.
Sounds like a pretty good life.
Yeah. Little home and gardens, dude?
I picture Bilbo Baggins.
Yeah, Bilbo Baggins is about to become prime suspect numero uns. So, not as cool of a dude.
Nope.
So du Plantier's husband, though he didn't fly to Ireland after his wife's death, was not seen as a viable suspect. Their relationship had experienced problems, but was considered a happy one at the time of her murder, and Daniel, who spoke to du Plantier on the phone a short time before the attack, was in France. An ex-lover of du Plantier's had been upset at the end of their affair years earlier, but also had a solid alibi. Police were on the lookout for people who had scratches and soon noticed that Bailey had such injuries on his hands. When questioned, Bailey said his hands and his forehead had been scratched by climbing a tree to cut its top off for a Christmas tree and from killing a turkey. Just standard afternoon.
Just getting all the holidays out of the way.
Yeah, right.
There.
He's like, all right, let's get November through January done. Shoot a turkey, climb a tree, baby. Ride a horse.
Save a cowboy.
Save a cowboy. Wrong way. Anyway. So he comes up with that sick alibi, and then a forester was like, bruh, the type of tree... A forester said that the type of tree Bailey climbed was unlikely to produce such wounds. Questions also arose about the amount of detail in Bailey's articles. In addition, the person Bailey said told him that the victim may have been French has stated he was unaware of this information at the time of their call. So, Bailey gets cuffed up. He gets cuffed, and not in like a shipping way.
Got?
Young kids.
Cuffing season's coming up. No joke.
Hashtag. Bailey, who willingly provided a hair sample, denied any involvement in the murder when he spoke with the police. But he said to one editor that he'd committed the murder to reignite his career. Friends also revealed that Bailey had made a confession about going, quote, too far to them, and a local teenager who received a lift from Bailey in early February 1997 told authorities that the reporter said to him, I went up there and smashed her brains in with a rock. Now, I mean, not to laugh at such a horrific thing.
I did not expect you to say that at all.
Yeah, so I'm not trying to make light of it, but if you get in a dude's, you're like, hey, can you drive me up the road? And he's like, yeah, by the way, I went up there and I smashed, like, I'd be like, wow, pull over, please. This is
My
crazy.
dude, oversharing.
So that's crazy. Bailey was also tied to the crime by a witness who told police he'd been in the vicinity of du Plantier's farmhouse on the night of the murder, and Bailey had a history of violence, having beaten his partner, artist Jules Thomas, on at least 2 occasions prior to du Plantier's murder. On February 10th, 1997, Bailey was arrested, as was his partner, but both were released without charges. In January 1998, Bailey, alone this time, was again arrested, but again was released without charges. So this dude just keeps getting away. He's like, bro, there's just so many turkeys and trees I gotta cut down.
Even though he's like, I'm smashing heads in with rocks.
Yeah, and I'm
please
just
arrest
like,
me. And they're like, nah, you seem genuine.
yeah, you seem like a cool dude who's not a fucking
Just
psychopath.
love the holidays. Get out of here, you scant.
So Bailey explained away his, quote, confessions as dark humor, which is like, what are you fucking, like, what an asshole. He explained away his confessions as dark humor, or his reiterating was what was being said about him. So he's like, I'm just making light of the terrible things people are calling me. And I'm like, that's just not a cool move, I don't think, in that situation.
I like how it just flies in Ireland. They're just like, jokester.
There had been no indication of forced entry at du Plantier's home, indicating she willingly opened her door. Bailey denied knowing du Plantier, saying he had only seen her while gardening for her neighbor, though this assertion was contradicted by others who said the two had been introduced. No forensic evidence was found to tie him to the murder. Bailey was found guilty in a trial in absentia. In 2001, Ireland's Director of Public Prosecutions ruled that there was not enough evidence to support the prosecution of Bailey for du Plantier's murder. The eyewitness who'd placed Bailey near the scene of the crime recanted her testimony in 2005 with the explanation that she had been pressured by police to name Bailey.
Oh, jeez. Is this going to be like the fucking Arkansas murders that we talked about where like the threads go deep?
No, they don't go deep, unfortunately. To ruin the excitement, ain't going that deep.
Yeah, calm down, listener.
Calm down. Sit down. Stop. You're on the edge of your seat. Relax. Put your feet
Get
up.
to the back of that seat.
Put your feet up. Get some arch support. Not arch support. That's your feet. Get some lumbar support.
Get some pumpkin coffee and
Get some
nuzzle
pumpkin spice. Watch the leaves fall. My EP's coming out soon, gang.
I was gonna say, did you record that for Dunks?
That's my
Dunkin'?
Yeah, that's my new
Dunkin'
hook for the
Donuts?
Dunkin' commercial. It's me walking into a Dunkin's and I go, pumpkin spice, let the leaves fall, and then hot coffee thrown in my face. And then the backing track cuts out and it's me screaming for a minute and a half, and then it's like, America runs on Dunkin'. Sign me, Dunkin'.
Go Sox.
Anyway. The investigation into du Plantier's death wasn't over, however. Though she had been killed in Ireland, French law sanctioned official inquiries into the death of French citizens abroad. With support from du Plantier's friends and relatives, such an investigation gained momentum in 2008. Authorities in France received the Irish case files and exhumed du Plantier's body to conduct their own examination, which is kind of a cool thing for the French government to do.
That is cool. They're not just like, well, can't help you. You weren't here.
Yeah, you weren't by Old Paris. The French autopsy uncovered no new evidence, but a magistrate believed there was a case against Bailey. The magistrate issued a warrant for Bailey's arrest in 2010. The Irish Supreme Court ruled against extradition in 2012 and again refused to extradite Bailey in 2017. In May 2019, Bailey was tried in absentia in France. He called the proceedings a, quote, farce, but 3 judges at the Cour d'assises, I have no idea how to speak that word.
You nailed it.
Thank you, Cour
Don't
d'assises.
apologize.
Follow me on Twitter at Cour d'assises. They found him guilty and issued a 25-year sentence. The case remains an unsolved mystery. Irish courts ruled against extraditing Bailey following his 2019 conviction, yet he could face extradition outside of Ireland. Bailey said in 2021, quote, "If I went to England, I would be immediately arrested on foot of the European arrest warrant." Du Plantier's family remain convinced of Bailey's guilt, but his conviction hasn't resolved the mystery surrounding du Plantier's death for everyone. The one bit of DNA found at the crime scene that didn't belong to du Plantier has not been identified. Speculations about other potential killers has ranged from a theory that a hitman tracked and killed du Plantier to the unlikely supposition that she was attacked by a stray horse, which is a crazy thought. Though Bailey has sometimes seemed to enjoy his notoriety, he has also spent decades as a murder suspect, and du Plantier's loved ones must cope.
What is that like? What's his day-to-day?
I don't know. That seems crazy that, like, hey, if you leave Ireland, you're going to jail for 25 years, and then also hope that everyone in Ireland doesn't, absolutely despise you because you are the prime suspect in a murder case that's unresolved. It's probably not great.
I don't know. I don't know if Ireland is to know if people would even give a shit. If they'd be like, you and that French lady, that was crazy a couple years ago, huh? And he's like, yeah, dude, dark humor. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Just joshing.
I was just joking around with the boys. Turns out gets you
So
prime suspect number 1. Do you think that'll happen to us someday? We're going to be joking about one of these like
And we're gonna become
murders
prime
on
suspects?
this podcast. Yeah, for one of these unsolved
I
ones.
think I have not spoken about like one that is currently taking place, so I think we're in the clear.
I think we have.
We have solid alibis.
I think we've talked about multiple ones that are still open and being investigated.
I mean, I think that we have really good alibis for this one, given that it took place in '96, which would have made us toddlers.
Yeah, I was advanced.
You were advanced, but I was in tiara, baby. So if you guys want to see toddlers and tiaras,
mean?
you know toddlers and tiaras?
That was
Sorry, I went A to C on that one.
Right over my head.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, you might have been advanced.
What are you, some kind of dumbass doesn't watch TLC?
Bro, you don't watch toddlers and tiaras? You didn't see the new season? Hooah! Toddlers and tiaras.
Hooah!
Toddlers and tiaras. Hooah!
Hooah!
Yeah, so new season of Toddlers and Tiaras coming out is what we're trying to get across in this episode. So be sure to check that out.
That's what this was all leading up to.
Yeah, so this is an unresolved murder, and this Bailey dude's just walking around, and Turkeys and Trees is my new streetwear company, and also
I would buy
a good alibi, I guess. So
and yeah, I don't know. That's what is she? What are her films? Are they like big?
I don't know.
Is she like was she very famous at the time?
Are you gonna try and guess the Rotten Tomato scores of her films?
Yes, I can. Was she in any movies with Al Pacino? Is what I'm getting to.
Is this all Al Pacino? It all comes full circle.
Hooah! But in French.
To be fair, maybe the scariest noise you could hear walking alone from behind you in a bush
sneaking up on you.
is just hooah.
Like, hooah!
I'd be like, this is the end.
And he's like old enough that if you looked back and it was dark, he'd be pretty scary looking too.
Yeah, he's a terrifying human. Al, we want you on the podcast. Give us a call.
Al, come on down. We know this isn't above you.
Hee-haws and hoo-ahs.
You're not
Slinging
above
Dingers
this.
podcast. So
you can
listeners,
bring Robert De Niro and Joe Pesci too.
Yeah.
We can discuss Italians and why none of you are playing Mario.
I hope this isn't problematic. It's not meant to be.
I think an Italian person should be playing Mario instead of Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Italian actors. All right, we're gonna get into this.
Listeners, I hope you.
Literally, none of these people are under like 60 years old.
There's got to be an up and coming like Italian kid.
I don't know, like any of the people from Peaky Blinders that play the Italian people.
Yeah, there you
Adrian
go.
Brody.
That was good. Get Adrian Brody to be Mario. Except he'd be like, Mario, like, it's me. That's my
doing
Adrian
a
Brody.
Marlon Brando.
Yeah, I'm doing Adrian Brody from Peaky Blinders when he's playing like Marlon Brando.
Yeah, he's like scratching his,
Yeah,
or like doing the
"Ah,
weird like
don't-"
reverse scratch with your neck.
Anyway, gang, I hope that was an interesting unresolved murder. Feel free to look into it. Find out.
Who do you think did it, Darce?
I think it was the guy with the scratches all over his face that match up with the injury sustained by the would-be assailant. But that's just me.
I think it's deeper. I think there's a possibility that her husband hired.
You think husband in France hired an assassin?
Yes.
That's
I don't know. No sexual assault. She
but
was
I
just
feel
kind
like-
of chased and killed.
All right,
and
but
then,
if you're an
like,
assassin,
he didn't travel to Ireland at all when she died.
but does that seem like a professional hit to you? A very clumsily brutal, like, wouldn't he just have like a silenced pistol and just be like bang and walk away? You know?
I don't know. Maybe are those hard to get in Ireland? Maybe gun laws are strict.
I would have to assume that you can. This is such an American like point of view, bro. You can get one at Walmart. What do you mean? Hooey, not even a joke. I think I don't know. It just seems too clumsy to be a hired professional assassin, or even just like a knife. You wouldn't just like slit the. You know what I mean? Like it seems so clumsy to just like have all of that happen. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's just me.
Are there like? Yeah, and also this could be our American point of view where like in movies we're like, yeah, he had a full suit, he was professional, he laid down the tarp.
he was holding an umbrella at the top of the hill.
Yes. Every hitman's a professional.
Yeah. He has a barcode on the back of his head. We know hitman.
I found some Italian actors.
Okay, give us a list of Italian actors.
This is on IMDb. There's a list Italian actors in Hollywood next to the list of sexy, ugly celebrities.
Okay, thanks.
Who's making these lists?
Who's doing it? Who's number one on the list, Scones?
I don't know. How are they rating this? Why is there a number system? Number one is Antonio Cupo.
Oh, okay. There you go. And it sounds like Koopa. Mario.
Ooh,
there
Koopa
you go.
Troopa.
Koopa. There it is. It all comes together.
Anyway,
guys, thank you for listening. Check out the socials, MondayMorningMacabre.com, MMMacabrePod on Twitter, and Monday Morning Macabre on Instagram. Keep sending in your suggestions. We appreciate it. Thank you again to Sarah_06 for your assistance in this episode. We appreciate people sending in. We've got a lot in the hopper, so we're getting through all the suggestions. But thank you again. And
let us know what you think about the Mario casting.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Leave who you think would be Goomba based on these casting choices. It has to be, what's his face?
Al Pacino.
Yeah. They jump on his head and he gives the last hoo-ah of his life. All right, and have a good Monday.
Hoo-ah.
Hoo-ah. Bye.